Good evening and welcome. Thanks. Good evening. I'd like to describe a scene for you and see if you can join me in the picture, like as in picture yourself in the picture. So imagine you're having a face-to-face meeting. It's at a local cafe. It's not too noisy because some of them are very noisy, but it's one where you can actually hear someone having a one-to-one face-to-face meeting. It's with a lead or a prospect, so it's not an existing client. So you're there sharing a little bit about yourself, sharing a few stories, and you're listening. You're listening to their needs. Now you know you can assist them, but it's whether they can perceive that you can actually solve what their needs are. So you spend 45 minutes with them. You've shared all that you know, you've built rapport, you've got a high level of trust, and then suddenly they start asking you more and more questions. Within that 45 minutes, they become a raving fan. And just at the point where you're just about to wrap things up, they say, "I want to work with you." Yes. Is that a scene that you would like to have happening regularly in your life? Hands up. Excellent. And if it is, awesome. If it is happening, that face-to-face one-to-one meeting is your conversion tool, if it is working. And if it is working, I encourage you to test it and measure it and increase that conversion. So I'm going to be Miss Scary Pants in the first half of this meeting and talk conversion tools. Which I know is a part of a sales process, and as soon as you say sales, there's a lot of people who are immediately uncomfortable. It's a medium that I'm familiar with and I'm very comfortable with, and people are just telling me more and more to share more about that. We also have an expert guest speaker in the room, Tim Wise. Are you in the room, Tim? Yeah. Oh, there you are. I just say that big statement. I'm like, where is he? So he is an expert guest speaker, professional speaker. He also happens to be an out-of-the-box thinker. Yay! Because we do have experts as a part of our membership, because you all are experts, because you all do your expertise in your business. And I'm very excited about what Tim has to share, because storytelling is one of the most underestimated tools when you want to influence, and that can be influence in your business life, which is the context Tim is going to share this evening, but it also works in other areas of your life as well. So if you're wanting to influence, inspire and increase profits, then he's your man. Hello, Malik. Out of the Box Biz mission. Fashionably late. Oh, thank you. Malik was at a business conference that I was at, and I had to leave early because of this evening. So thank you for that, Malik. Because I run a business networking, business education organisation, I am committed to continually educating myself in all areas of business. And that's not to say that I'm therefore the expert in all areas of business. I absolutely am not. But I just like to keep across what's going on around town and what's being offered in the business education space. So I'm on webinars, I'm at live conferences like I was today, and I spend many hours each month making sure that I know what's around there. So to make sure that I'm getting quality speakers for you and the relevant topics to the current market. So what's on the screen here was as a result of being on a webinar and going through a workbook with some organisation. It's actually with Entrepreneur for all of you tech people into CRM and all that hoo-ha. And yes, hello. My tick word of this month is hoo-ha. Those of you who know me know I have a tick word where I just overuse it. It used to be absolutely, now it's hoo-ha. Don't ask me why, but I'm just putting it out there so you get to know me. Anyway, according to this webinar and this experience, I thought, yeah, I can review the Out of the Box mission. And it also wanted to emphasise your point of difference, which is the number one question everyone asks me because I'm in the space of business networking. And this is what I came up with. We've got the majority of members in the room, so feel free to go yes or no if you agree at the end. Our The Box Biz provides experienced business professionals, that's all of you, by the way, an exclusive business community. We're about to hit 120 exclusive members, very few places left, with a master networker, me, connecting them so they can excel by focusing on being the very, very best in their industry. What do you reckon, members? Yes. Oh, it's just that, yes? Okay, I've got to work on it clearly. I thought it was pretty good. Anyway, that's basically in a nutshell what we do. But enough about us. Let's make sure you know who the people you're seated with, because we all network. There's a seat up the front. All the front rows are free because everyone's at the back row. There's a back row next to Peter at the back. So I want you to turn to the person next to you or near you and ask them your name, your business, and ask them 2 questions. If you know the person next to you, shame on you, members, move so you meet someone you don't know. We've got about 20 new guests in the room and about 10 new members who are here for the first time. So share your name, your business. Do you use storytelling in business? And what do you have a conversion tool? Go. If you can hear me, say shh. Beautiful. I love the way you guys gas bag so much. Talk. Okay, Out of the Box Biz. As I've mentioned before, we're a business education, business networking organisation. Hi, there was someone else I didn't say hi to. Hello. And as a result of the networking and shared experience of education, you grow your business. You also grow your business because we have a master networker working full-time, making sure you're getting the connections that are right for you. I can't read your lips. Oh, tell people to turn the mobile phone off. Thanks, Lita. She's busted James. And we do this through face-to-face events. We are a membership organisation. The majority of the people in the room are members. However, there's about 10 of you who have never been to a meeting before. I love people who do that, by the way. So there's about 30 people in the room who've not met each other in this context. We are building to... Hi, Carol Hazel, amazing artist extraordinaire. I shouldn't say that because that encourages people to turn up late, doesn't it? We're on a track to our goal of 120 members. The reason why we're cutting off membership at 120 members, because one master networker can't possibly connect effectively more than 120 quality members. So we will... Out of the Box Biz is not for everybody, but we are going to be the best, if we're not already, and we will be exclusive. I'd love you to join me in achieving this goal by 30 June. We have 17 places left. We have 15 guests in the room. I have about 4 meetings already booked this week discussing our membership. I would love to achieve this goal. Because you know what that means? Does anyone know actually what that means other than getting to 120? In terms of a master networker that connects you? Can't hear you. So we nurture the current membership base. So I'm not having to go seek new members all the time. We already have a waiting list started, and people are saying to me, I can't join this month, but next month. And I quite openly say, you might have missed out, but I'll put you on the waiting list. And by the way, most of the members are happy, so, don't hold your breath. And we will grow this business bigger than 120 members, but not in the same city. But when we get to 120 members in Perth, the master networker just goes around town looking for whoever it is you want to know in business. Is that of benefit? So I really would ask you if you could join me and assist me, and a lot of you already are, and I'm very grateful, to help me to achieve this goal, because I can't do it on my own, and I very much haven't done it on my own. The 103 members we currently have are awesome and send me the best referrals. But I would love to achieve this by 30 June. Also because our pricing for new members, not current, for new members goes up on the 1st of July. But we also have the end of financial year celebration event in July 8. And wouldn't it be cool for that really to be a huge party, and I can finally give out the gifts that I've got for all the members when we achieve 120. Does that sound good? Yes. Does that sound good? Yes. All right. So let me know how you can help me, but let's do this thing together. That's enough about that. We do follow a formal agenda. It is in your clipboard. If you don't have a clipboard, I'm sorry. They are on the front counter. If you don't have a clipboard, I'll go and get one. Hello. Or I'm not going to get off stage for a little while, so who can I ask? Where's Hillary? Would you mind just going and getting clipboards? About 5. Does anyone not have a clipboard in the room? Otherwise, oh, well, we won't worry. Don't worry, Hillary. Sorry. Good. So in your clipboard is the agenda. So the first half this evening is a lot of our set agenda items, in that we talk about the mission, we talk about, we do a business tip. That's where I'm talking about conversion tools. I explain a little bit about the membership, and we have our membership showcases, which I really love. We then have a break and we bring wine out because we're all adults and it is hump night. And then we have the awesome, as in, you know what hump night means, don't you? You know, Wednesday nights, hump night. Okay. I'm probably as red as my scarf now, aren't I? And I'm not going to look at my partner in the room right now at all. So, embarrassing myself publicly on film, no less. So we'll cut that one out. Anyway, moving right along. Then we have a break, and then we have the awesome Tim Wise talking about storytelling in business. And that's our evening for tonight. So let us focus on what's your conversion tool. Who knows what a conversion tool is? Don't worry if you don't. You probably know what it is, but you haven't thought of it in that terminology. I love this quote from Henry Ford, whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. So conversion tool is in the context of a sales process in your business. You're in business. If you don't think you're a salesperson, you're wrong. You're in business, you want to make money, you are therefore a salesperson by default. If you do not like sales, you either get over it or you employ a business development manager or a sales guru, or you listen to what we're going to talk about this evening and learn how to convert your leads and prospects into paying clients elegantly, gracefully, and with ease. So the reason why I put this quote up, whether you think you can or you can't, you're right, is because when I talk about sales, and particularly conversion, and even more so conversion rates, I'm not saying everyone in this room, but in the population, particularly in business, there's a lot of people who feel very uncomfortable and give me excuses and say, oh, but this, and oh, but this, and oh, this, and I go, you're right. So what I want you to think about as we go through this segment is, at the end of the day, are you achieving all you want to achieve in business? I'm talking turnover. I'm talking profit percentage share. Like, I'm not only talking about turnover, I'm talking about the amount you take home either as a salary or as profit share as a business owner. Okay? So talking about conversion tools, what we're talking about is going from a lead or a prospect, so someone who perhaps doesn't know you very well, and having a conversation, nurturing that relationship, beginning the relationship, nurturing it, and then converting them to a customer. Now, many people don't like the word conversion because it sounds salesy. But the reality is you are taking from someone who's a non-paying, interested prospect to a paying customer, because how else are you going to make money? So I make no excuses for the language I'm using. You just have to be cool with it. If you're not, come talk to me afterwards or send me abusive text messages after 10 o'clock tonight when my phone's on silent. What a conversion tool is something where you convert a prospect or a lead into a paying client. So it can be any number of things. These are just a few things, and I have focused on face-to-face conversion tools rather than online conversion methods. I'm not a specialist in that area. There's a whole truckload of tools you can use, and there's many specialists in that field in our membership. But I believe, because out of the box, I'm into the combination of online and face-to-face. That's very important, okay? Because with face-to-face, for example, there's the modern webinar now where you basically have the meeting, the face-to-face meeting online, okay? And the seminar is live. Basically, traditionally, in a seminar live, you can charge more because it's face-to-face because you have the expert in the room. And then you can ask, if you go off agenda, you can ask personal questions generally. The webinar is a much smaller ticket item, but it depends on the structure of your business. Some businesses go for low ticket items and high volume, but it all should still filter through to a high ticket item, or you go for high ticket items. But again, either way, whether you've got low ticket items, as in low cost product or services, or high cost products and services, you should still have a sales funnel taking you from one to the other, which I'm talking about with a lot of our mentoring clients. So it can be public speaking, can generate interest in your business, and there is such a thing as a converting presentation where you actually convert the people in the room. You can convert people on the telephone, normally with a scripted conversation or a well-structured conversation. A planned agenda where you have set items and you know exactly what you're going through. A face-to-face one-to-one meeting is one of my hot favourites. Qualifying your leads assists the conversion process. There's also point of sale for like retail if you've got a place of business. Quotes, proposals, tenders is a completely different process in itself, but it is a converting process, and the follow-up, particularly a follow-up phone call, is often missed out. Most people that I follow up with normally thank me and say thank you so much. One I missed out was MAP sales process. So the MAP sales process is, some people familiar with the word sales funnel. That's when the MAP sales process is formalised into a sales funnel. So what I want you to think about now is your most favourite type or your most favourite clients, in that you love working with them and you make the most money out of them. Not because you go, ha, I've made the most money out of you, but it's because they just love what you do and they just want more and more and more and more of you, and it's a win-win relationship. It's win-win every time. So I want you to think of that client as we go through this, because you think about how they came into your business and how they've worked through your business in terms of this service or that product, and then they came back and then they came back and then they came back. That's what I'm talking about, a MAP sales process. Are there any questions so far? Are you all still awake? Cyrus?
Can a prospect be an existing customer? Or is this,
Yes, it can, because an existing client you can upsell to another service or product. Yes, absolutely. Any other questions? Is this of interest?
Yes.
Good. Just checking. So what I want you to write down and do for yourself. This is on your own. You don't have to share this with anyone. I want you to write down, and honestly to yourself, 1, do you have a conversion tool? 2, do you use it? And 3, do you measure it? Do you measure your results? I'll put some thinking music on. Are there any questions? Why was that funny? So I'm just going to share a little bit about Lita Squibb, who is here. Wave, Lita. She's going to give a 5-minute showcase later on. She's also one of my awesome mentoring clients, and I have asked her permission if I can talk about this, and she said yes. So the way I choose my topics of what I present in the business tip is I'm out networking, I'm out in business education events, I'm talking to members, I'm talking to non-members, I'm talking to people out in business. And you get a sense, you get a vibe of what's going on out there, of what people's concerns are. And at the moment, I'm getting a lot of, I can't do this and I can't do that and I can't achieve this and I'm not converting and my sales aren't where they want to be, just as a general hum. Not from specific people, but just as a general vibe out in the business industry, I suppose. So that's the reason why how I choose my topics. And I also feel it's relevant to Tim Wise's topic, because storytelling is just so powerful in building rapport, building trust, and you have to have that to convert. You have to have that to have a long-term relationship in business. So Lita and I were chatting about her awesome business. She is just so not your average bookkeeper. If you go and talk to Lita and just think she's an average bookkeeper, well, not even, she does so much more. So I'm really excited that she's wanting to develop herself and get herself out there, and she is the face of her business. She chooses to do that. She has a team of staff that does the work. How cool is that? I want that. So what we did is we mapped out the sales process, and this month we did her sales funnel. Basically, sales funnel is like how you, as a business person, or if you work for somebody else, how you want a meeting or a project or an interview to play out. You plan it ahead. So the sales funnel is really ideally how you want your clients to come into your business and how you want them to continue the journey with a long-term relationship, whether they buy this service, that product, service or product, or whatever it is that you do. Okay, so there's a lifetime cycle of your customers. So what we talked about was getting quality leads to qualify the leads so that when she has her conversion tool, there's a higher percentage conversion. Does that make sense? And then once she has her conversion tool, then she tests and measures it, because she is so into compliance on like a level that I've never seen before in both business and personalised. But I'm not going to steal her thunder because she's going to talk about that later. Sorry. Now, Lita had all these things. She had the qualifying checklists, and she had the conversion tool, and she was measuring, but she didn't have it all together, all organised in the same process. And our sales gurus were like going, you're talking about this really in the context of a process. And I'm like, no, but yes. So it's not in isolation. You can't just go up to and say, hi, Ed, how are you going? Do you want to be now the Box Biz member? And that's my conversion tool. No, it doesn't work like that. You've got to qualify the lead. So for Lita's business, she has 3 areas of her business, one of which is bookkeeping. And she wants to qualify the interest of the prospect to see which is their greatest need now. Because in the life cycle of her business, her aim is to get them in all 3 areas of her business eventually when they're ready. But she wants to know where the greatest need is first, because when she has the one-to-one meeting, which is her conversion tool, and it's her most successful conversion tool, she wants the highest conversions, but she wants to be having a conversation that's relevant to the client. So it's good for her as the business owner to qualify the client, because it could lead to a higher conversion. But it's also meeting the client's needs better. You're not wasting their times talking about, she does a cash flow management thing. If you just want bookkeeping and she's off, talking about cash flow management, she's completely lost you. So she's qualifying the prospect before she actually even sits down with them. So then when she sits down with them, she can have a relevant conversation around their needs. And that's how she can convert, and that's how everyone walks away from that face-to-face, one-to-one meeting win-win. The person is now the client, their needs are being met, and she is able to assist someone, which she loves doing, which you all love doing. You wouldn't do what you do unless you wanted to help people. You help people in some shape or form. So what I want you to do is think about what you've written down, and what I want you to think about is there any way you believe you can improve this conversion part of your business. Now, I don't want you to put yourself down or, if you're doing amazingly well, awesome, but there will be something that you can improve. There's always something you can improve. And if you're just feeling like, oh, I don't know, Fleur, there's so much, just pick one thing. Just one thing that you could implement tomorrow morning, and it will make a difference. It will improve your current results. And then I want you to share that. So pick something you're comfortable with sharing. And by the way, you can have multiple conversion process, sales funnels, processes in your business. You can have online, you can have face-to-face. If you offer different services or products, sometimes it's different for that. But I don't want to go there, if you know what I mean. I just want to keep it simple. So just go to the main part of your core business and think about one thing you can improve. Any questions? You ready to share? As in people next to you not standing up on stage. Yeah, everyone come up. We'll be here all night. You ready to share? Okay, so if you know the person next to you, just go, love you, gonna go find somebody else. Okay? So you've got a few minutes to share what your conversion tool is and how you can improve it. Why are we doing this? Because someone's good idea might be something someone else had never thought about. And they'll go, that's a great idea. Can I use it? And of course you'll go, yeah, sure, no problem, because we're all here to support each other in business and to grow. Okay? Go.
Hi everybody, Michelle Alexander, Business Energizer. I'll be very vulnerable here and being open and honest that the thing that I know I need to do better at is follow up and follow through. So when I say to somebody, I'm going to call you at 10 o'clock on Thursday, I will call you at 10 o'clock on Thursday, because I think there are plenty of people in the room that promise to do that and don't. And if we do that, we'll stand out from the crowd.
Beautiful. Thank you. Anyone willing to be vulnerable like Michelle? But she's got a great point. I mean, we're not all perfect. Cyrus, come on down.
Cyrus from Lighthouse Photography. This year is my partnerships deals. I'm looking at actually getting 200. And 2 ideas to improve partnerships, to drop the long-term non-performers. If it's not mutually beneficial, why waste my time promoting them? Sounds harsh, but not everyone's at a level I want to be at. But to equally promote the number 1 strong performers, the people that give me business, I want to reward them with benefits as well.
Woohoo! Brand new, our latest members. So I call our members out-of-the-box thinkers, because you do think outside the box. So we're not all perfect, and we may have all these wonderful systems, processes, conversion ideas, whatever, all written down, and sometimes we have a bad day and sometimes it all doesn't work, and we're human. That's why we're part of a business community, because we're here to share and support each other and to improve together, because you don't have to do this on your own, and if you want to shoot for the stars, you can't. You simply can't do it on your own. It's not humanly possible and lead a normal life and be sane. Okay, so we're all in this together in a positive way. So does anyone have any questions about that before I move on? Like I say, I'm not the expert in these things. I just notice things that are happening around us, and I just like to highlight them. So if you want to know more about this, I'm more than happy to have a conversation. However, I can refer you to awesome experts in this if you want to know more. So no more questions? Groovy. Okay. I just want to touch on our membership, because this is our last meeting for this financial year. I'm very excited by this point in time, because I'm reviewing everything, because Out of the Box Biz by June 30 has only existed for 18 months. I have been in business for 8 years, so my overnight success of 18 months has actually taken 8 years plus all my lifetime of experience before that. So we are growing at a very rapid rate, and this is the first time I've experienced a full financial year because I've only existed for 18 months. So it was very exciting to sit down with my cash flow expert, my bookkeeper and my accountant, and I never ever thought I'd say, I'm really excited about this. Because I've looked at the past, looked at the heartache and the successes and gone, where to from here? So hold on to your hats, because Out of the Box is going through the roof. And what that means is I take every single one of our members with me, because I don't exist without members. So if you want to shoot high, my goals and dreams for this business are huge. And we're going to get a lot of attention and a lot of positive attention, and you're just simply going to grow. So hold on to your hats. So I just like to spend a little bit more time than what I normally do, not too much time, just explaining the membership, because we do have quite a lot of guests. We are staring down the barrel. I think it's 20 days to get 17, or it's either 20 or, no, it's 20 days for 17 members. And given it's 7:15 this evening, we're staring down the barrel of 19 days and 17 members, and it is on my whiteboard. And my son is getting more excited about this than I am, I think at 8, who's decided to go in business himself. So anyway, that's another story. So we do have 3 levels of membership. The top level membership, Platinum, is 10 members only. It's currently closed. There is a waiting list. If you want to know more about that later, you can talk to me about that. But just it doesn't stay closed all the time, but just for short periods of time it does, because we're at full capacity, because I just simply can't deliver all that I want to deliver to more than 10 one-to-one clients. Silver is basically where you get into the door, you get in the community. You get these events as part of your membership. So that's currently sitting at $97 a month. A public ticket is $129. So $129 a public ticket, you get the event, that's it. As a member, you get a face-to-face meeting with me, the master networker, as soon as you join, and I sit there in the meeting on LinkedIn after I've listened to your needs, connecting you with the people you need to know now. And if you don't believe me, ask the members. I, on average, connect people between 3 and 12 people in that first meeting. And depending on the needs and where that person is at, sometimes I don't refer everyone all at once, because otherwise you just reach overwhelmed and you don't do anything. Okay? And then we touch base and we continue the relationship and the conversation. And you are part of our community, so all the members are checking each other out, going, ooh, who's that? Kind of thing. Okay, so $97 a month as silver is worth a lot more than coming just to one isolated meeting. Of course you need to come to a meeting, to see what we're about, particularly if you don't know anything about me or anything about what we do. But I am pleased to say that Out of the Box Biz is nowhere near anything, any shape or form, the Fleur Allen show. Thank goodness. And I am relieved to say that. What I mean by that is, sure, my first 20 members, it was all done off the back of me, because, I didn't exist. I mean, I had 20 members before I had a meeting. So, I was just given a pitch, basically. And fortunately, I'd been in business for many years, and people trusted me and said, yeah, sure, I'll give that a go. So I'm very, very fortunate. So then it was about me and my personal credibility. But now I have people listing off members going, I know this person, I know that person. You know what? If they're a member, I want to be a member, because they're quality. So no exaggeration, that is what's happening now. So it is so far beyond me, and it's all about all of you, all you members, which is just awesome. Gold level membership, you get a little bit more, but if you want to know more about this, if you're a guest this evening, I am available to answer your questions at the break or at the end, and to find out what your needs are, and to basically see if this is going to work for you. Because if it's not going to work for you, then we're not going to waste each other's time. So that's pretty much it. As I said before, we're over 100 members. I did a membership audit. We're sitting at 103. And I've just said all of that. And I've said all of that. Now, this is the cool part of the evening. This is where 2 out-of-the-box thinkers get up for a member showcase. So this is reserved for gold and platinum members only, and the only reason why I limit it is because I can only have 20 members do this per year, so I have to limit it. So, can you all put a warm welcome together? I don't think I need to introduce her. I've been talking about her all night. Lita Squibb.
Thank you. Have you ever wondered what society would be like if there were no laws in place? Would it be still functional? Or would it be disintegrating into total mayhem? Thanks, Peter. Hi, good evening. I'm Lita Squibb from Midas Business Services. I've got my cheat notes here too, sorry, so I'm going to refer to them. Many of you already know me from this event and many other networking events. I'm a member of many associations and groups, and I do that for a reason. I've chosen to do that. I've chosen to be the face of my business. I have employees who love what they do, they are well suited to what they do, and they fit their roles very, very well. Now, I often get asked, when do you find the time to do the work? Well, I actually employ people to do the work for me so that I can actually get out and about and meet people and grow my business that way. All of our roles are vital to my business, including mine. Blank. I also got to say that with all of my employees, I do love them to death. They know that. They are very, very valued, and they come to work every day with a smile, so I must be doing something right there. So throughout this process of going out there and networking, a lot of networking, I've made many, many friends as well, which I can see lots in here too. Hi, Nick. So just to get back to that question that I asked earlier about what the society would be like, I believe that it'd be total mayhem. It'd be a bit like Mad Max. People out there not having any laws, rules, guidelines to follow. We need these guidelines to be able to thrive and survive. So, and I'm more inclined to think that we need these guidelines to thrive rather than just survive. Anyone can just survive, but we want more than that to survive. We want everybody to feel healthy, loved, growing, appreciated. So we need to thrive. Lots of businesses out there are just simply surviving. Some are failing. And those members who belong to those groups that are just simply surviving, they also are just simply surviving. So we need to do something to help them to thrive. And as business owners, that's down to us, to our own people, our own families and our own communities. We need to help people to thrive and survive. So, sorry, another blank. We overflow, all of us belong to communities, we all overflow into that community. So to be able to help our communities, we need to do the best we can. It also comes down to our families. If you drill down to our families, we all have our house rules. And every family member is expected to abide by those house rules to help that family to grow the harmony and well-being. If they don't, then it falls into mayhem. Can you imagine what that family would be like if the children were allowed to run amok? What is the impact on that family? And what about the individuals as well? So it's important that we do have laws and regulations and house rules in this case to thrive. Now, if you take that further, sorry, more notes. If you take that further and into the community, our community is supported by our businesses. We are, as people in business, we want to be able to think that we can excel, that we can be market leaders, that we can experience exceptional growth in our businesses. If we can actually strive and achieve that, then that's going to feed into our communities, and every community will thrive, and the people, the members of that community will also thrive. So, and we are very supportive of everybody there. The guidelines come down to meeting your obligations and your compliance, such as in business world, BAS submissions, tax returns, client deadlines, appointments, etc. They're all very important, and we need to meet our legislation and regulation requirements as well. Very important if you want to thrive. Businesses have systems and processes which makes this whole thing easy to cope with. It's easy to handle if you have a system and process in place, increases efficiencies. if without these processes in place, you'll come off the rails very, very quickly. Is that all right? 1 more minute. Yep, got 1 more minute. So basically, Midas Business Services can help businesses with their systems and processes. We can help you businesses develop their profitability in a positive way. We offer 2 key areas: the financial area and the people area, and we offer services to help other businesses to thrive, which is your tax accounting, your bookkeeping, your human resources, and your cash flow analysis to improve the bottom lines of businesses, which can feed back into the communities. So just to summarise, we can help all businesses to thrive. You just need to take the bull by the horns and give it a go. You need to look at your systems and processes and see how you can implement those and help the people around you to also thrive as well. So, by the way, I am also an accredited consultant in cash flow analysis, the confident cash flow analysis, to help the businesses look at their bottom line and improve upon their leakages and wastages. So please see me later if you would like to have a chat about any of my services. Come back and give me a business card and we'll make an appointment to have a chat. And now back to Fleur.
Thank you, Lita. Now, the whole cash flow hoo-ha thing is basically all of you heard Tracy Loebscher speaking multiple times and you all wanted to work with her, and she said, no, I'm not working with you mere mortals. I'm working with accountants and bookkeepers. Well, Lita has done her course. So if you want to know the stuff that Tracy teaches, Lita's your gal, basically. And now I'd love to introduce a very special member as well. Vera, where are you? I can't see. Do you want to get your stuff? Now, everyone's going to love Vera. Why? Because she just gives gifts, like all the time. Can you please make welcome Vera Enshaw, please?
Thanks. Yeah, Vera Enshaw from Grazie Gifts. I thought I'd just let you know a little bit about myself, since I'm a relatively new out-of-the-box thinker. In the past life, I was actually in the wine industry, and I worked in the industry for about 20 years in various roles in sales, marketing, management, and also was involved in a number of brand launches. I decided, because of all the changes that happened in the liquor industry, and the big were getting bigger, so I decided to look at something else to, I suppose, focus what I'd learned in the last 20 years into a business on my own. So I ventured out into doing the gift baskets. I've still got a long way to go in the gift baskets. I do everything myself. I make them, I deliver them, and I love doing it, because with the gifts, to me, it's like Christmas every day. And I love Christmas. I love that feeling that you get from giving a gift at that particular time of the year. But what I'm trying to achieve with Grazie is to get people to think about giving a gift when people least expect it. It's those times of the year when it might be more seasonal, or it could be, I know in Japan there's a culture that they give a gift in January, which is the start of the new year. And those are the times that you will actually be remembered a little bit more when you are giving a gift to a client. Gifts also to be used for referrals really are really acknowledge that person for something that you've given them, because that, in 90% of the cases, if not more, those referrals, especially if you've qualified them, that client will become an ongoing customer for you. And it's all about relationships and developing and building relationships. And with the gifts, with the Grazie gifts, what I try to do is personalise the gifts, so that if you are dealing with someone over a few months and you get to know that person. For instance, Tim's family's involved in the wine industry. So you may choose to send him a gift, and you may think, well, I know he's involved with the wine industry, but I know that he loves his reds. So you would give me that information. So I would actually go and select a wine to put into the gift to suit the budget that you've advised me of, in order to make up a pack that would be suitable for that particular client. And that's really the whole aim of my Grazie gifts. I do have a website. It's not really there to order off. You can make contact through me, but everything is done basically face-to-face. With the background coming from the wine industry and sales, everything has always been done face-to-face. And that's how I will continue the business. So I'll just show you a couple of gifts. Personalised one. It actually has got a rug in it, in keeping with colours. And this particular one, the request was made that they wanted a bottle of white wine in it as well. So try to make things a little bit easy for you. When I receive the orders, it's usually just a couple of quick questions, and because of my experience in sales and marketing over the last 20 odd years, it's not too much of a challenge for me to create a gift. I can do baskets, boxes, frying pans if you want a kitchen gift, all different types of things. So it's really just a matter of working with you as to what type of gift that you want. And they all start from about $40 on. So that's pretty much me.
Round of applause for Vera. Thank you, Vera. So I'll just tell you about these gifts basket, because I'm the client of these gifts baskets. And so I've given Vera a brief, and I'm sharing this because this might be of interest to you. So any Out of the Box Biz member that refers someone to me to consider Out of the Box, now the member doesn't do a sales pitch or anything, just does, would you like to come along, or would you like to meet Fleur and hear about what we do? And then if they see the value and if they decide to join, then my thank you to the member that referred that new member is I've chosen a gift basket. The reason why I've chosen a gift basket is because one of our members does gift baskets. In the gift baskets, do you mind holding it? Sorry. We have Bonking Frog wines, which I've requested. Why do we have Bonking Frog wines, other than it's a great name? for a Wednesday night? It's because Bonking Frog Wines is one of our members. So why wouldn't I support our members when I'm thanking a member for a new member, supporting member businesses? So if you have a business that has got products that would be appropriate and Vera does beauty kind of stuff and other themed, I just asked for, I just said, well, what do you think, Vera? She's the expert. She's come up with these. So she puts my business card in, and the red is for me, my branding. And then the brief because this is we may as well do it now. Can we ask Jay Shaw to come forward? Can we give her a round of applause? Now, this is Jay's third referral, and I did ask her, do you want another gift basket? And she said, hell yeah, because I want Bonking Frog wine. So congratulations. Thank you, Jay. Do you mind holding that one? Now, Alex Pratton is not here, but she's referred 2 new members to me this month. So I asked, rather than 2 separate gift baskets, for Vera just to combine it, and I said the reason why. Now, that's all I said to Vera. She came up with this. This is a blanket in red because she wanted to source a product that was red for the colour of my business. This is how good this lady is. It's not just a gift basket. It's like in alignment with your brand. So she's easy, so professional, so a joy to work with. So I'd really encourage you, if you're wanting to spoil those really awesome people that either refer to you or just do a lot for you in business, reward them, because people love getting gifts, as Vera says. So Alex is not here, so we'll present that to her next month. I just need to check what slide we have next. Oh, no, I turned it off. And we have a very, very special time now. Dee Littlewood is one of our very, very first members. This could all get a bit lovey-dovey, could be a bit of crying going on. So Dee is one of those people, there's quite a few of you in the room, was the original 20 that jumped on board and said, hell yeah, I'm with you. And I'm just like, really? Thank you. So grateful. And so she was there at the first meeting, and I've asked Dee to come up and share a little bit about her experience with Out of the Box, but no short of the lie, and this is such a motivating reason and why I'll start crying, is because the very first event she came to, no exaggeration, it changed her life. I'll wait for her to share the story. Please welcome Dee Littlewood.
Oh gosh. Why did you have to make me emotional before I get on the stage? It's a bit of deja vu because the very first night as well, I was one of the speakers, the member showcases, so it's very strange to be back up here again. Yes, my name is Dee. I'm a soul coach and intuitive healer. I'm getting quite emotional, sorry. Out of the Box Biz literally did change my life. I've known Fleur for quite some time. Lena asked me today, how did you meet Fleur? And I said, through Facebook. Somehow we connected on Facebook, and we became Facebook friends, and we only actually met about 2 years ago, roughly. We actually met for the first time. And when Fleur approached me in January, and she asked me would I be interested in coming into Out of the Box Biz, I said, absolutely, Fleur, I'd love it, because I was looking for somewhere that I could call home. Any of the networking events that I'd been to before, it was very corporate, and because I'm slightly different, could be a bit wacky, sorry, I'm all shaky and everything now. Because of what I do, I don't always fit in, so I am a bit out of the box. So what a perfect place to be a member of, to be a part of. On the first evening, Fleur had 3 guest speakers. It was mind, body, and soul of business. And we had 3 amazing speakers, and one of those speakers was on a webinar, was Tamika Hilder. And Tamika and I, as I listened to Tamika, and I kind of thought, wow, she's very similar to me. What she does, what's talking about, is very similar to me. And so she was running an event, and I signed my husband up for it, actually, because he was going through a bit of a tough time. He came back, and he said, Dee, you've got to meet Tamika. You two are so alike. So I connected with Tamika, and we started to just have this sort of conversation going backwards and forwards. And by June, she had rung me and said, Dee, she said, the person that I've got coaching my clients doesn't want to do it anymore. And when I heard that, your name just came into my head. So I thought I'd call you and wondered, do you want to come on board? So I said, yes, absolutely. No idea how it was going to look or what we were going to do. Since then, Tamika and I have now partnered in business. We are now running many different various platforms in our business, which includes coaching. It includes retreats and programs. It includes practitioner training. And it is actually bringing me to Queensland. So hence this is actually a kind of a double emotional, because this is my last Out of the Box Biz meeting that I'm going to be attending to, because I am moving to Queensland in 3 weeks. Can't quite believe I'm going, but there you go. And I'm taking my beautiful family. They're all supportive of me. So my husband and my 2 children we're all heading off to Queensland. So synchronicities in life are out there. There's no such thing as a coincidence. The synchronicity started when Fleur rang me to ask me to come into being a member here. That's where it started. And that's where my life took a whole new direction, because I came from some place that was very different. And I actually can't thank Fleur enough. I'm just, yeah, not only can I say that she's been so supportive of me and my journey, and she's been with me all the way. I would consider Fleur somebody that I would feel very honoured to know, and I wish you all the success in the world. And thank you so much.
Oh, you are shaking. Stay here. No, it's not over yet. I won't make you go back on the stage. So this is Dee's farewell. She is staying a part of the community. So just make sure you connect with her this evening and send your love and support. What's your titles? Business manager, something?
Well, I'm a general manager, but I'm actually a visionary leader and an intuitive healer.
But she's GM as well.
Yes.
So this is your farewell. So this, you have to hold the microphone.
Okay. Feels better down from the stage.
So you're going to have to eat it and drink it all before you move. So this is for you.
I think I can do that.
Starting with the wine. And this is all Vera's touches. She knew who it was for and why, and so she's done this for you.
Thank you.
So all the best. Woo! Okay, that's enough of the love fest. Okay. I'd just like to always acknowledge people that assist me throughout the month and also on the evening of the event, because I cannot do this. These are members and they do different roles. They know what they do, and I thank them so very much for all that they do to make the Box Biz happen. Now, we get not only 20 minutes networking, but we get 25, because for the first time, Fleur Allen is a speaker that is not late. None of our speakers run overtime because they're all awesome. But the only one who does is me. Shocking. So I haven't tonight. I've gone under time. So this gives you a little bit longer to network. So what happens for those of you who haven't been here before, we go out into the foyer again where the food and wine and tea and coffee is. And then I'll ask you in about 20 minutes, because there are a lot of you, to come back in the room to get started. And in the second half, it's all Tim Wise. So if you've got any questions, please come approach me. But get refreshed and get ready for the wisdom of Tim Wise after the break.